Hello everyone, welcome back to Physical Education class 12th. Today we will discuss about chapter number 10, training in sports. So the meaning of training and sports is training means the action of technique a person a particular skill. Training as the organized produce by which people learn knowledge and skill for a defined purpose. Next is sports training. The meaning of sports. Sports training. In sports, athletes require specific type of physical fitness components, and to improve these components a specific types of training is required. Training related with improving ability of an athlete or sports person can be termed as sports training. Sports training can also be defined as the series of action undertaking in relation to exercise and diet for preparation for a sporting event. Sports training is the branch of science which helps to increase sports performance. These are various type of training methods to improve performance by developing physical fitness in a proper way. When we take part in games and sports, we try to perform our best, and our performance directly depends upon many factors. Sports training programs improving physical fitness components along with health and wellness. They guide us the correct method to perform physical activity. The programs of sports training also guide about the preventive, safe and correct way of performing physical activities. Today we will discuss about this chapter. My topic is today strength. First is meaning of strength. Strength is the ability of muscles to overcome the resistance. Strength is necessary for the performance of physical activities, whether it is a physical activity associated with daily living, moderate intensity activity to improve health, or high intensity activity like components in games. Without proper strength, no activity can be performed. So, it is very important component of physical fitness. Next is type of strength. Strength is two types main. First is different sports required levels are types of strength. Strength needed by a sprinter in 100-meter race is different from the strength needed by a weight lifter. Strength can be divided into following parts. So strength is two types: static strength and dynamic strength. So first is static strength. Static strength, it is the ability of muscular to act against resistance in static position. Static strength is also called isometric strength. Static strength can be measured by the dynamometer. Static strength is used in weightlifting in poses powerlifting, pushing the ball extra. This is static strength. So next is second, dynamic strength. So first is meaning of dynamic strength. It is the ability of muscles to carry out work against a resistance when the body is in motion. Dynamic strength is also called isotonic strength. It is related to movements. In pull ups, push ups, we require dynamic strength. Dynamic strength can be further subdivided into three parts. So, first part is maximum strength. It is the ability of muscles to act against maximum resistance in a single effort. This type of strength is used in weightlifting, wrestling, jumping, and throwing events extra. It is required for a very short period, like in gymnastic, while performing at Roman rings, starting and accuracy pose in sprints and during takeoff for long jump, high jump, and pole vault extra. So, second point is explosive strength. It is the ability to overcome resistance with high speed. It is a combination of both speed and strength abilities. It is used in takeoff in jumping events like long jump, high jump, triple jump, jumping in volleyball for smashing or skipping, court start in sprinting, jumping for rebound in basketball. This is explosive strength. So next third is strength endurance. It is the ability of an individual to overcome resistance under the conditions of fatigue. It is the combination of endurance and strength abilities. Strength endurance is used in sports like swimming, long distance race, or road race, cycling, etc. This slide is methods of improving strength. Strength improving or developing exercise may be broadly classified as journal and specific. So first point is journal exercise. The journal exercise are performed to prepare the base for journal strength, and they are not related to any particular sports techniques. These exercise equally developed the whole body and area, good for warming up and conditioning. According to these pictures, few journal exercise, few jogging, walking, running, skipping, few light activity. This is all journal exercises. This slide is specific exercises. These are those exercises which are directly linked of specific muscles groups involved in the techniques of specific sports. So all games. So specific exercise is the all games skill to skill with exercise. According to basketball, shooting practice, this is exercise and skill developed also. Baseball, hit the ball with baseball. So skill and exercises including. This is specific exercise. So strength is largely developed through weight training. Weight training program can be divided in three categories corresponding to three types of muscles contractions: isometric, isotonic, and isokinetic. So first is isometric exercise. Exercise is static strength training. The word isometric comes from the Greek isio, which means the same, the metron, which means size. Thus, isometric contraction means tensing the muscles without the muscle itself changing length. Isometric exercise are also known as static strength training. In these exercise, the length of the muscles and the angle of the joint remain same and do not change. Also, direct movement of an invisible body or object is not visible of the third person. In such case, individual does muscular effort which results in no visible movements. If we suspend a weight from our hand which is too heavy for the arm muscles to lift, the weight will result in the development of tension without shortening of muscles. This type of muscles tensions without contraction is technically called isometric contractions. Isometric training is exceptionally useful for conditioning and training, which gain in strength as compared of flexibility is more important. Such exercises are used by the weightlifter, bodybuilder, wrestlers, and kabaddi players. Examples of these exercises are hanging from rope or horizontal bar, pushing a ball, standing with heavy weight on head or back. The program of isometric strength training is based upon the concept of contracting a muscle at a fixed angle against an involved object. Normally, we say that work is done during these exercises, but scientifically work is not done. For example, when we push a wall, we cannot move it from its place. We know that. So work done equal force multiplied distance moved in the direction of force. Distance moved in the direction of force is zero. So work is not done. In isometric exercise, these exercises are used for the development of strength. Next is advantage of isometric exercises. First is they requires little space and can be performed anywhere. Second is they can be used for reevaluations as well as journal strengthening without placing stress on the joint. Third is no equipment in required. Any immovable object or your own body serves as resistance. These exercises need less time. The next is these exercises are valuable for rehabilitations purpose and can be performed by the injured person. Next is disadvantage of isometric exercises. First is these exercises develop static strength, whereas in games and sports dynamic strength is mostly required. Second is in these exercises strength is developed at only a specific joint angle, not through the entire range of motion. Third is loss of interest after few days because of some type of exercise are performed each day. Next is isometric exercises for upper body. Isometric exercise for upper body are as follows. First is neck exercise. Hold your head up straight in the neutral position. Take your right hand and place it on the right side of your head as you gently push your head to the left. Tighten your neck muscles to resist the push. Resist for 5 seconds. Relax and perform with left hand. Second is held push up. Starting in the push up position with arm fully extended. Lower yourself to about halfway to the floor. Hold this position for 10 to 30 seconds, remembering to breathe. Repeat 2 to 3 times. Third is shoulder resistor. Standing with feet, shoulders width apart, resist a dumbbell directly out of your side. When your arm is parallel to the ground, hold it for 10 to 30 seconds. Repeat 2 to 3 times and change arms. Fourth, last is wrist and forearms exercises. Hold one hand and palm up in front of you and use the other to resist as you curl your wrist towards your body. Do the same with your palm facing down and repeat on both sides. This is all for isometric exercises. Next is isotonic exercise. Isotonic exercise is dynamic strength training. The isotonic exercises were introduced by D. Lorme in 1954. Isotonic comes from a Greek word in which iso means same or equal and tonos means mentions equal muscles, tone or tensions. In these exercises, one muscle group contracts and the opposite relax, during which the muscle changes its length. These are those exercises in which direct movements of individual's body or object is visible to the third person. In this case, individual does muscular efforts which results in visible movements. In isotonic exercises, rapid movements are accomplished by a reflex alteration or contraction and relaxation of antagonistic flexures and extensors of the joints concerned. This type of contractions where we notice the movement of object is called isotonic contractions. Doing exercise with lightweight or dumbbells extra. Most of the exercise fall under these categories. Next is advantage of isotonic exercises. Strength and endurance both can be developed by these exercises. Second is these exercises develop dynamic strength. Third is these exercises improve flexibility. Next is disadvantage of isotonic exercises. First is equipment is required to perform these exercises. Second is chances of muscles sureness and injuries are more in these types of exercises. Third point is isokinetic training. So isokinetic training, it is very difficult to divide exercises between purely isometric or purely isotonic. Mostly we comes across the movement that are a combination of isotonic isometric contraction. Exercise that involve the combination of these two are called isokinetic exercises. Isokinetic exercises are performed on specially designed machines. These exercises were developed by Perrin in 1968. In isokinetic exercises, contraction of muscles applied maximal force throughout the complete range of movement. Isokinetic exercises utilize machines that control the speed of contraction throughout the range of motion. With the help of these exercises, explosive strength and endurance can be improved as isokinetic stationary bicycle set at 90 revolutions per minute means despite how hard and fast the exercises was. The isokinetic preparations of bicycle will allow the exercises to pedal only as fast as 90 revolutions per minute. Next is advantage of isokinetic exercises. First is allows development of strength of over full range of motion. Second is exercise can be performed at a variety of speed. Third is endurance can also be improved. Fourth is it is the fastest way to improve muscular strength. Next is disadvantage of isokinetic exercises. First is high cost equipment is required. Second is to be performed under strict observation of a trainer. Third, these exercises are mostly excessive in nature. Thank you very much, students. Any student who feel any doubt or any query, they can call me. And again, we will discuss new topic, class of physical education. Thank you and have a nice day.